The people at Truck Stop then teamed up with the boy Mark the Mentor. Are you ready to take your trucking business to the next level? With Truck Stop Pro, you get access to the best load board in the game, giving you the tools to find higher paying loads and streamline your operation. And right now, you can try the Pro plan free for 30 days, a $159 value. Click the link in the description to claim your free Pro plan and start making smarter moves for your trucking business today.
Warning: the following content contains strong language and may not be suitable for children. This content is primarily for adults as this is a trucking channel and truckers have filthy mouths. Please don't tweak if I say viewer discretion is advised.
Sweet.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Come on in, make sure you guys hit that like button. How's everybody doing this morning, Tuesday morning? Come on in, make sure you guys hit that like button. I'm just getting straight to it today. That's why we didn't do a long, drawn out intro. Plus, I was ready this morning. So, usually when I'm doing the intro, I'm still getting things together, but I was actually ready. So, we're just going to get straight to it. Not really expecting a lot of people for this live stream. So, no need to waste time. Let's just get straight to it. Shout out to Great Polo. Shout out to everybody's part of MGM game. Shout out to Don Solo, representing the crib. Happy to deliver. What's going on? Smallholder Homestead. What's going on? Goat Logistics, representing the DMV. SD Walt, representing Cleveland. Carlito says he wants to get a membership. What's the process? Just click the join button. Excuse me. Just click the join button. Follow the instructions. Carlito say he checking in from Harvey, sitting at Accor, waiting to get unloaded. Shout out to everybody from Harvey World. Shout out to everybody from Harvey World. I gotta shoot some content out in Harvey. I was actually in Riverdale about a week or two ago. One of those deliveries, I did a TV delivery about a week ago. Yeah, last week in Riverdale. But I actually didn't put that actual delivery into that actual video that day. But yeah, I was out in Riverdale last week. I gotta get some content out in Harvey. Shout out to everybody that's in Harvey Rail. Shout out to Bill Bob, Kirk Everbless, what's going on? Transportation Boys, what's up, what's up, what's up? Jonathan, representing the Boogie Down. Who else? Angel, representing the crib. Running you a load. Jazz Party, Willa Savage, title for a salvage title for a box truck. I don't know about no salvage titles for no box truck. I don't know about no salvage title, bro. I can't answer that question for you. Angel, what's going on? Siobhan, what's up? What's up? What's up? Loyal fan page representing Columbia. Joanna representing VA. Siobhan said been watching and taking in everything. Want to change career path into the box truck industry. All right. Well, good luck with that. Make sure you plan and educate yourself on what you're going to invest into before you start the execution process. All right, today we're going to talk about the approach. All right, something that I've never just dedicated an episode to talk about. Shout out to Be Easy. We touch on it from time to time, but we're just going to dedicate an episode so people can understand why. And some people seem to get offended. I typically call these people middle Americans, people that just are, that just ain't, they just, how do I say it, be politically correct? They think things are just gonna, they think things should be presented to them in a soft way, you know what I'm saying? And that's just not how the world works. Trucking definitely doesn't work like that. If you thinking everything gonna fall into place and everything is just gonna pan out for you and people are gonna be nice and treat you fair and all this, then it's that third, you in the wrong industry. All right. So here's the thing, and I got some notes that I took or some bullet points, like 6 bullet points that I want to talk about. But I want you to understand why I do things the way I do. All right. One, is because of the amount of misinformation that's spread. All right. Um, it's a lot of false promises in this industry, especially within social media. Um, and I see them every day. And it didn't take me long of creating content to realize the direction that if I wanted to make a difference, what I needed to do. When I first started, I came into this thing blind, not knowing, just thought thinking I could just go a traditional, you know, educational route and people would consume the information. And I got met with a lot of uh, uh, challenges. I would say I got met with, really not understanding the demographic of the type of people who were consuming the information. I got met with challenges from peers, in the space. I got met with a lot of ignorance from both people who are consuming information and peers in the space, right? Uh, so, the way I started, right, and what I thought uh, I could go about it in a professional type manner, not even professional, but more of a politically correct type of way, which is what I thought. I realized that that wasn't going to work. I realized quick that that wasn't going to work. All right, so I had to shift shit. I saw a lot of the information that was being put out was wrong, and the people that were putting that out at the beginning, uh, and even still now, I'm trying to be politically correct here. The people were just eating that shit up, man. And people still eat this shit up. People still eat this shit up, and it's crazy. Like that shit that happened Saturday night, I still got that shit on my mind. I actually didn't watch the replay of that because it's 8 hours, but I did go back because people are still reaching out to me and just thanking me for the effort that I put in and give back to the community. But somebody sent me something this morning about that last kid that I talked to. Um, you know, I've talked to people in this industry behind the scenes that have spent their life savings getting into this business, right? And they were misled by content creators. You know what I'm saying? They spent thousands and thousands of dollars for content creators, and then they spent thousands of dollars entering into this business only to fail, um, because they were misled. I've had people crying to me because they've lost everything. There's a lady that dipped into her savings. We've had multiple people that have went into their retirement. There was a lady that leveraged her kids' uh, college tuition that when I first started creating content. Um, and I've had people that have cried tears. There was recently a lady like a month ago that was crying in the Discord, like bawling, crying, like. And these people that mislead them, that take their money, they don't care. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? So it's sad. I don't. My approach is only for people who are serious. My approach isn't for people who are weak. It's the weak people that get misled. And if you've been misled in the past and you still around consuming, hopefully you take it as a learning lesson and don't take offense to what I'm saying, but it's the weak people that get misled. And you have to use that as a tool not to be weak. There was a guy that was misled yesterday. He got scammed, by a scammer, and I'm like, bro, like, why would I need you? Like, why would I want to send you tires? Why would I want to send you a Rolex? You know what I'm saying? So now it's the time for me to talk about just being weak why I approach content the way I approach it. And my content is not for weak people. It's just not. Trucking is not even for weak people. I don't even think business in general is for weak people. It's just not. I don't think you can successfully run a business and be weak minded. I don't think you can successfully run a business and be soft, because you're going to be met with challenges. Listen, I can create content on box trucking for years. There's so many stories that I haven't told. There's so many situations that I've been through that I haven't gotten to. I forget a lot of situations. I'll be talking to people and then it'll just spark a memory on a situation that I had similar, because I did this shit for so long. It's just I can't remember everything. Sometimes I need a conversation. I'll be in a conversation. It'll just spark a memory of a situation that I had that was similar. Then I can talk about it and kind of give a person my experience on being in a similar uh, situation. Um, I think the reason a lot of people get into these situations is because they just go about this shit the wrong way. They just be so happy. They be so enamored by, you know, the way people present shit, and they thinking that they friends and they got their best interests. And to be honest with you, the only thing that they have is their best interest in mind, and that's to capitalize from a revenue perspective off your ignorance. And my direct, no nonsense approach acts as a counterbalance, right, to those narratives. And sugarcoating the truth just does not protect people, right? Sugarcoating the truth, it sets people up for failure. Um, and we got plenty of case studies now that we see this. We still see this shit happening today. Um, my delivery forces people to confront reality head on, um, which often is uncomfortable, but it's necessary. It's necessary. Uh, uh, it's necessary for survival in this competitive space. All right, I always say this industry is competitive. You know, um, even as a content creator creating content in this space, you see how competitive it is. You know, I realized that at an early age, not an early age, but coming in. When I came in, I was just giving education. People said I was a scammer. I didn't have no trucks, and we don't see anything in receipts. The only thing I thought I was gonna come is just give information to help people. Met with challenges. People calling me this, calling me that, which 2.5 years later, obviously none of that is true, because I slowly, as I got comfortable, slowly started to open up. And I guess what, receipts, show receipts or whatever the case may be. But I didn't do it because people was challenging me, right? I did it when I got ready to do it. You know what I'm saying? One, I'm not a weak person. Just because somebody say something, okay, listen, it's up to you to believe it or not. If you got a guy sitting up here telling you about the ins and the outs of trucking, and the information that I'm giving you is real information, and you can't decipher reality from bullshit, then that's on you. I ain't here to prove to you shit. I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm not a weak person. You see what I'm saying? If when it's time for me to step on shit, I step on shit, and I know how to turn my back to shit too. That's also, a person that's not weak. You don't have to respond to everything. Some shit just ain't even worth a response. Some people just not worth the response. You see what I'm saying? So even in trucking, when you actually in it, it's competitive. Being up here, it's competitive. Shots get thrown at me all the time, but dumb shit. Cost per mile, goofy shit. Me telling people to, you know, don't over leverage themselves coming in. Just shit to me that makes sense. Um, but to others, they just want to oppose because they feel like, oh, well, I don't like him, so if the sky's blue and he says it's blue, I'm gonna say it's red because I just don't like the individual. Whatever, bro. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it is what it is. So it's competitive. All right. Trucking is very, very competitive. When you pulling loads off the load board, you competing against somebody. You in the 3PL, you competing against somebody. It's always somebody looking to take your food. When you climbing up the ranks, it's somebody that wishing that they was you climbing up them ranks. When you get to the top, it's gonna be somebody that's gonna want to take your food. They always gonna want to take your food. You can't be weak. If you're a weak person coming in initially, you setting the foundation for your whole business. Coming in initially, being misled. You can't be misled. You cannot not read shit. You cannot be a person who doesn't know how to ask for help. You can't be a person that doesn't hold yourself accountable for your actions. That's why when people come up here and want to point the finger at other people, I said, no, you got to hold yourself accountable. Yeah, they was bogus, but they going to do what they going to do. You the one who signed off on this shit. Just like Young Blood the other day with the lease. Now, some people feel like, oh, well, man, you ain't helping. How I ain't helping him? I just sat up here for hours and went through this contract. And then when he didn't even understand that he was a lease and he was fighting it, I had to look for more evidence to prove to him that what he signed is what it was. And then had to break it down to him that, yo, I don't give a fuck what they told you. All that matters is what you signed. Oh, you're too hard. No, I'm not. How can you be too hard on a businessman or a businesswoman? How can you be too hard on a person who is a businessman or a businesswoman that's making ill-advised decisions? Somebody got to hold these people accountable. It can't be a person who's not. It can't be a person who is not experienced. It can't be a person who lacks experience or meets that same person at the same experience level. It has to be a person with more experience, more tenure that can hold that person accountable to a point where they respect it and then give them the information that they need to get through it. There was once a content creator in this space that came in trying to take that same approach, and he got met with a lot of uh, backlash. Never could really grow his channel because he wanted to come with an aggressive approach, but people didn't respect it from that individual. People respect it from me. One is because the evidence is there. Two, I keep it a buck with you. I don't really care how you feel because the truth is the truth. If you mad at me for giving you the truth, then that's your personal problem. It's not my personal problem. It's your personal problem. It's your business problem. You get mad at a person telling you the truth, but you hit the gems and the 100 emoji and facts for a motherfucker telling you, yo, you gonna make 8 to 40,000, or you gonna do a gazillion dollars a year in a box truck and all this goofy ass shit that y'all jump and love to just believe, and then you go spend all this money, and then when the shit don't work, you come to me crying, and then you think I'm gonna have some goddamn magic potion in my back pocket that's just gonna make things all better, and you don't want to hear me hold you accountable. I'm just not gonna give you the information without holding you accountable, because holding you accountable is what makes you face the reality of the dumbass decisions that you made. And if you don't understand, what got you into this situation, how the hell you think you're gonna get through it? Or how the hell you think you're gonna avoid it? Or how the hell you think next time you are met with a decision that you have to make, you're gonna take a step back because you held yourself accountable from the last dumbass decision that you made to think this situation through? See, some of these people, they want to be your friends. They want you to like them so they can, subscribers can go up and all this, that, and the third. Nah, I'm going to give you the truth, the fact of the matter, and I'm going to give it to you the way I'm going to give it to you, and you can like it or you don't got to like it. I'm not going to do no one-on-one coaching with you. I've never done no mentorship with you. It's either you going to get it the way I'm giving it, or you can go hit the link with one of them and still have to end up back here like you see so many people do. The truth, it hurts. But discomfort is where growth happens. I always say you got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. If you comfortable, then something is an issue. That was never comfortability. This is probably the most comfortable I've ever been in the past 2 decades. There's never comfortability when you in business. There's always a level of discomfort. Accountability, I see people when they be up here, they be scared to come up. There's a lot of people that want to click that link, but they scared. The people that do click it, you see the discomfort in them. Especially when I start digging into their shit. Pause. But that's good. That level of discomfort is good. You know why? Because that's them tighten up. That's them tightening up. You got to tighten up. You got to tighten up. Shorty ass that was up here the other day, the reason why he could go on as long as he did is because he was comfortable. He was so comfortable to the point he never, at the beginning or even throughout the course of him running this past 2 months with all the bad decision, all the ignorance there, he was so comfortable to the point he never went to research or look in to see if he was doing things the correct way. Something happened for him to hit the link because one of the first things he said, he know he'd been doing shit wrong. But he was comfortable to the point that he never took it upon himself to educate himself on what he was doing wrong. I'm going to put you in I'm going to make shit real uncomfortable when you come up here. Purposely. I want you to be uncomfortable. Because I never was comfortable. So why should you be comfortable? You don't know what it's like when you running a fleet of trucks and you got 20, 30 people and you hoping and praying every night everybody show up to work the next day. You know you're going to get through it and you're going to move shit around to make shit happen, but you hoping and praying that that's one less thing that you got to deal with the next day. You hoping that everybody leave and come back safe. You hoping don't no truck get into no accident that could result in a fatality. You hoping that the person you fired a month or 2 or 3 months ago ain't actually laying under one of them trucks like a motherfucker told me they was going to lay up on one of them trucks and blow me down one more because I had to get them up out of there. And it wasn't just, man, you fired, get out, like some other shit had to go on. There was never no comfortability. I'm in the rack. So why should you be comfortable? I'm going to make shit real uncomfortable for you. Especially when you come up here talking about all these unrealistic expectations fueled by motivational jargon that you getting on Instagram and TikTok. Shit that don't even make sense. Not understanding basic business principles like cost per mile. Still, people come up here, don't know they cost per mile. Mark, I watch all your content. Click the link. Know you're going to get the question and not even prepared. Now, no. Well, what you expecting from Big Mark? A cookie? You expecting a cookie? I ain't got no cookies. All I got is the information that you need. When I deliver my critiques, it's not out of malice. It's not out of malice. It's because I prioritize accountability over comfort. I prioritize accountability over comfort. I'm not here to make you comfortable. Business don't care about feelings. Remember, I used to say that shit all the time. Business don't care about feelings. Hit the like button. I don't know. We got what, 70, 60 some people, 36 likes. Hit the like button. Business don't really care about your feelings. I used to say this all the time, and I kind of steered away from it because we've been focusing on, cost for the past 6 months. So there's a lot of things that I used to always talk about and say that I haven't said. But I used to always say business don't care about your feelings. It don't care about your household or none of that. Only thing the business want to do is make money. All it cares about is numbers and execution. Numbers and execution. That's it. That's it and that's all. So why should I care about your feelings when we talking about business? And business don't care. Business ain't no feeling thing. It's about numbers. It's about execution. That's it and that's all. Nothing more, nothing less. I don't care what your your favorite content creator, I don't care what they told you. On everything I love. Numbers and execution. That's it and that's all. That's it and that's all. And the sooner you realize that, the better off you'll be. The sooner you realize that, the better off you be. I want you to hold yourself accountable. See, my approach ensures that you're going to learn to hold yourself accountable for your actions. Arming you with the mindset that you need to succeed. A lot of people just don't have the mindset. Weak mindset. I want you to hold yourself accountable. I'm teaching you self accountability. You know why? Because when you know and you've learned from your prior mistakes and some of the things that you did, whether it be, not investing time into, educating yourself, researching, constantly educating yourself. Um, Understanding, that it's a business and, you should know what it costs you to operate your business. And you run an OTR, you should know what it's costing you per mile. Like if you made these mistakes before, and this is instrumental into why you are not succeeding, and I'm teaching you self-accountability, I'm holding you accountable, then going forward, every decision that you make for the business, you're going to take a step back and think things through. There's no half-assing your way to success. People that half-ass things, I'm telling you, they don't go far. You got people that half-ass shit, and you know they half-assing it. They may still be hanging around, but they hanging around by the hair on their chin. You know a person who really getting to it, that got all their ducks in a row, because you see the growth. You know what I'm saying? People that grow exponentially It's a reason why in anything they do. You can tell a person who puts an effort in, that understands numbers when it comes to business, and then they know how to execute in anything they do. It don't matter if it's small or large. And that's just on everything I love. You'll see a person that they may be hanging on by the hair on their chinny chin chin for years, struggling, but you don't see no growth because it's something that they're not doing right, and they refuse to allot the time or appropriate the time to figure that shit out. And that's just on everything I love. It is what it is. They probably ain't holding themselves accountable. They not doing what they supposed to do. Whatever the case may be, their mindset ain't right. Mindset ain't right. A lot of people express interest in this industry that I've come to see in my time on YouTube. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. We got 70 people in. We got 43 likes. But they really ain't serious. They ain't serious. They think they serious, but they really not serious. A person that's serious is going to do everything that they supposed to do. They're going to take all the necessary steps and all the necessary measures to ensure a level of success. Some people just curious. Some people just curious because they looking for something to blow them up so that they can do all the cool shit that they see people doing online, right? Because they don't want to work, or they want to, like, no one wants to work nowadays for some reason. Nobody wants to go to work. Everybody wants to be rich and just have money and just do what they want to do all day and just have money, but don't do nothing, sleep all day, party all night, go shopping, still have money, but don't want to work. That's what they want to do, because this is they see their favorite people do. And then they think that shit reality, when the whole time that's just not reality. So it incites some type of curiosity. Oh man, maybe the box truck thing. And these people are willing to try anything. That's why you see people with a box truck business. Then they go from the box truck business to the dump truck business. Now every time I'm getting all these inquiries about bread routes, and it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. Whatever their favorite people is talking about, that's where people run to. They just curious. But they don't understand the level of commitment that it takes to even get to what they want to do, which is do nothing and still have money and money coming in. That should take a long time, bro. That should take a long time. There's a lot of sacrifice. There's a lot of commitment. There's a lot of investment. There's a lot of, making smart decisions. It don't happen overnight, and it damn sure don't happen instantaneously like the 28-year-old dude thought it was going to happen. Shit, you have to commit yourself for a long period of time to turn what you see online that's really unrealistic into an actual reality. Because I'm going to tell you this, to sit here like I do every day and talk shit, everything I'm telling you it takes to get to this point, I've done it. Because guess what? I still have to sustain livable expenses. You have to be able to have enough resources to sustain that level of comfortability. can't start no business day one and think you're gonna be able to ball out and still pay your bills. You got to build that. Cause shit don't. And here's another thing people forget and fail to realize: shit don't stay the same. Bills constantly go up. I got a letter a week or two ago. My health insurance is going up more beginning December 1st. Guess who pays it? Me. I don't work no company job. I ain't no company paying 50% of my health insurance. So you have to build yourself up, build your capital up and your resources and your streams of revenue to be able to withstand and sustain that cost of living as that accelerates and goes up. So when people be thinking they're gonna start box truck business and they're just gonna be able to ball out instantaneously, to me is the most ignorant shit that a person can think. It's just ignorant. That's a person who can't filter real from fake. They can't filter themselves or from being serious or just curious. Are you really serious about it or are you just curious? My delivery serves as a filter. I'm filtering out all the bullshit. I don't want to deal with bullshit people. Those people that when they are searching for people, content creators to follow, um, in their initial research phase, whether they half-ass researching or serious researching, when people find me, what do they always say? Man, when I first saw your content, I didn't like you at first. Further proves my point. Serious or curious. You know why they didn't like it? Because they don't like the approach. This is why I do it, because I don't want to deal with you anyway. I don't want to deal with you because you can't decipher what's real versus what's unrealistic. You too caught up on the message, and this is why I'm doing it, because I don't like working with beginners, no way. Especially beginners that don't know how to utilize Google and want to ask me dumb shit like, man, what website should I go to apply for my DOT number? I don't want to talk about that type of shit, because if I did, then it would be repetitive. Man, you got content creators for that. They're going to charge you. I ain't no goddamn robot. I don't want to talk about that type of shit. I don't want to deal with nobody that can't even do the basic shit on their own. So my delivery serves as a filter. Go find all the people that keep sending your goof ass off, because you like the presentation and the shit just seems like it's just the best thing in the world. You look at all those fabricated numbers. I want to deal with people that are serious. Give me 1 second. I want to deal with people that are serious. Sorry about that. I want to deal with people that are serious about success, from those who just looking for an easy win. And that's what you see a lot of. You see a lot of people that are looking for an easy win. There's nothing easy about business. Wins don't come easy in business. They don't come instantaneously. They don't come quick. They don't come fast. How do you get an instant win? Don't you got to build your foundation? How can you get an instant win when the moment you start your business starts the building process of your foundation? How can you win when you building? The winning don't start until later. The winning don't start until later. How do you win at the beginning? Because if somebody got the sauce, let me know. I'm curious. I just want to know. How do you win when you're building the foundation? See, shit don't make sense. And this is why I don't want to deal with people like that. This is why my delivery is the way it is. I don't want to fuck with y'all. People who just got unrealistic goals and who want an easy win. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want you to like me. See, the thing about being older and seasoned and tenured, unlike some of these young guys, they thrive off the social media engagement, like likes and how many comments and shit like that. When you get old and just you don't care about just dumb shit like that. It don't matter. And you just don't want to deal with bullshit. You got older content creators in this space that enjoy that shit. To me, I look at them like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get off on that shit. Tweaking. But no, it serves as a filter to just separate the people who are serious about success versus the people who are looking for an easy win. You know, the people who stick around, even after being challenged or called out, are the ones who are most likely to succeed. It's like a coach. Like anybody ever been like on a basketball team or football team? In an urban environment, like a public school football team or public school basketball team, not no suburban team. Suburban team, they probably gonna coddle you and shit like that. You been on a city basketball team, public school, coach is gonna cuss you out. Man, back in my day, they would hit you with a paddle. They ain't no names or nothing, but man, get on the wall, bend over, hold your nuts. You mess up a drill, you mess up a play, get on the wall, bend over, hold your nuts. Big ass paddle. Got hit with a paddle. Can't do that nowadays, obviously, right? But in the school I went to, that was what happened if you messed up a drill or you didn't perform well in practice. Get on the wall, bend over, hold your nuts. Got hit with a paddle. There's a level of accountability. You get talked to. You would think that these was grown ass men. You would think these high school students playing on these teams were grown ass men the way the coaches taught back in the day. Just teenagers. And look how some of these guys turned out. Jawan Howard went to the same high school that I did. Look at Kevin Garnett. He went to Farragut. Look how good Ronnie Fields was, even though he didn't go to the league because, he was acting a damn, fool. He still went to the CBA. He's probably one of the most probably, what ifs, as far as what if he would have made it to the league, what he would have done. And the list goes on. But these are people that got held accountable in some ways that in today's society, it would be frowned upon. So when I challenge people, call people out, the ones who stick around are the ones succeed. There's nothing wrong with accountability. It weeds out those who aren't ready for the grind and highlights the ones who are. It weeds out the ones that aren't ready and it highlights the ones who are. If you are a person who's seeking information and a message, the delivery of a message hinders you, it goes back to what I said at the beginning. You're not ready anyway. You let a message, a delivery, deter you from the message. You felt a certain type of way in your heart. Even though what was saying was probably some of the best information that you've come across since you've been throughout your journey, as far as seeking information and consuming information in this space, because of a delivery, you felt a certain type of way in your heart. Like recently, there's been people that comment in my comments about that 20. For the 2 months it has been out, all the comments were, "Man, Mark, thank you, man. You doing the right thing." But lately, I don't know if that shit got shared in some type of, basket weaving forum or some shit with a bunch of soft ass people that basket weave all there, some shit. But, man, the guy is telling him right, but his delivery is da 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 da. Man, if I'm talking to a kid who's telling me he think he gonna start a trucking business with 3 trucks and $9,000, and I'm trying to explain to his goofy ass why he can't do it, why he shouldn't do it, and I'm telling him why, but he want to keep fighting it. Well, I'm supposed to sit there and just keep coddling this kid? Well, I'm supposed to coddle him? The other day, I'm supposed to coddle that shit? I don't care how old or young you are. Once you step foot in the game, like you like to call it, the industry, you in the game now. Regardless of how old or how young you are, you in this shit. When you join the military and you step into the army and you sign up as an 18-year-old and they send your 18-year-old ass overseas to go to war, it don't matter. The enemy don't care that you 18. They trying to blow your motherfucking head off. Do they care that you somebody's child? No, they don't. All they know is you over here trying to kill me, so I'm gonna kill you. They don't care how old you are. You in this shit now. So your age don't matter. Same thing with business. You're in it. And you seeing how fierce this shit is. So do I talk to you like you some type of kindergarten? Okay, little Bobby, let's sit down. All right, grab all your crayons, spread them out. All right, pick up the gray crayon for me. Let's say gray. Sound it out. It's one syllable. Like, bro, like this is business, bro. Business ain't like this shit gets rough. This shit get ugly. If I explain something to a person and they up here to ask me a question, they respect my experience, then if I tell you something to what it is, when they get to challenging me is when I get to turn it up. Like the other day, I'm telling this kid it's a lease, but he's telling me what they told him. Fuck what they told you. This is what you signed. Yeah, they told you one thing because they saw that you was green and you was naive and ignorant, just like I said at the beginning when I first started talking to you. And I told you what was going to happen because of your ignorance. Lo and behold, I had not known that early in the stream that had already happened, and we found that out towards the end. These companies and some of the people that you're going to deal with in this industry, they don't care that you ignorant. They prey on the fact that you ignorant. And we see this happen over and over and over, especially with people signing these goddamn equipment leasing things. This is why I tell people to come in cash. See, it's a few reasons why I tell people to come in cash. One is because I think it's better for you in the long term as far as, keeping your overhead costs down. And two is because I know a majority of the people that are coming into this industry are just like that young man. Why? Because I talk to people. See, I talk to a lot of people offline. I see the mindset of the majority of people and the demographic of the majority of people that are coming to this space. They can't read, or they don't comprehend. So why would I recommend a person go in that direction when I know when a person is buying used equipment, there's only a few ways they can go, and when they go the finance route, these are the institutions that are going to finance used commercial vehicles. And all of them are the same. They're crooks. So why would I recommend a person go that way? And then you got content creators, sales, and this is why I don't pay them no mind, because at the end of the day, I have people's best interest in mind. If I know majority of individuals that are coming into this space are similar to that kid that's going to sign this shit, not understanding what they sign, being misled, can't comprehend, don't know how to decipher, why would I send you in that direction? Fuck it, just buy cash. That way that gets rid of all the bullshit. Because if I explain to you why you shouldn't go that way, you ain't going to understand it no way. And it's evident. It's evident. How more evident can it get? How more evident can it get? We got 70 people in here, 54 likes. Hit the like button. See, people don't like to hear this. Let me change the thumbnail and the title to, let me show you how to make $500,000 next year, first year Trump is in office. There's going to be 170 people in here. And the people that don't want to hear this is the same people that's reaching out to me private, trying to throw money at me, and I won't take it. And they can't understand why. You got one up here last night begging me to pay me for a one-on-one coach. I won't do it. No, won't do it. See, the harsh truth, it provokes thought. That young man, the first one who signed the lease, spoke to him briefly yesterday in the Discord. He been thinking about that shit since he got off the live with me Saturday. He been thinking about that shit since he got off the live with me Saturday. 9 times out of 10, he probably can't even function straight. His day-to-day, whatever his day-to-day was prior to that conversation with me, his day-to-day is different now. Yes, you was, Juan. You was up here trying to beg for your boss. Stop it. Leave me alone now, Juan. This ain't about you. Get out my chat. You was up here trying to get information for your boss, and you had somebody in the back room and you kept saying you didn't. Like I'm a fool. Get out my chat, man, before I go there with you. Just sit back, be cool. Just like I called you out last night. Like I can't hear. When I challenge somebody's assumptions or call out their flawed thinking, it forces them to reflect on their choices and their strategies. If they had a strategy at all, which most people that come up here and with some of these goddamn ill-advised decisions they made ain't strategized at all. They ain't got no strategy. Like when I ask people why would they live a stable job, making over 100 and some $1,000 a year, like we see people come up here all the time. Or I make 100, I make 75, I make 80, I make 120. They want to leave a stable job to live out of a box truck with no sleeper berth and no plan. To me, that's crazy. And then people challenge me on that. Man, Mark, you crushing their dreams, man. Everybody don't want to work. Mark, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life, bro. With Mark, you old. No, the fuck I'm not. Stability and uncertainty are two different things. I'd rather be stable than uncertain. Oh, NW Lou, Mark, you already out the trenches, motherfucker. And I'm cool with NW Lou, but I'm just using this as examples. It's because I made a way. Listen, initially I looked for stability. I looked for a job, a career. At that time, none of this shit that exists now it didn't exist. You went to school, you graduated high school, you went to college, you got a goddamn job. But the job market was a lot more competitive then than it is now. Now, it's easy to get a goddamn job. When jobs are available, they begging you to come in. Back then, everybody had to get a job. So it was a lot more competitive. There was no gig economy. There was none of these opportunities that exist today. You had to take your ass to work somewhere. So when I challenge people when they come up here and they say, man, more, I just can't work no more. Man, well, how much you make, big dog? Man, I make 125, 130. Well, man, how much you think you gonna make in a box truck? Man, probably about 150, 200, whatever. Well, how much you think you gonna actually pay yourself? Probably about 60, 70. So you gonna make less money. Yeah, I know, but I just can't do it no more. I'd rather make less money. So you rather make less money in an economy where the cost of living is steady rising. To me, that's backwards. You want to scale down when the cost of living is going up. I'm 44 years old. I tell you this shit all the time to all you young people. I've never seen things go down. I've only seen things go up. They saying shit going down. Now, that's a goddamn lie. I pay attention to the prices. Food is still going up. Where is it going down? It's going up here. I get these frozen organic spinach pizzas. The motherfuckers was just $4.99. Now they $7. I'm paying $19 for Impossible patties or a Beyond patties. $19 for a box of 8. When I first started buying them earlier this year, they was $14.99. Where's shit going down? Why would you want to make less money? Because you hate your job? And I'm supposed to sit up here and tell you, yeah, see your favorite content creator, they gonna tell you, all right, well shit. Okay, man, yeah, so you want to get out the rat race. They gonna sell you on why getting out the rat race. I'm gonna encourage you to think about your decision. Is that you sure that's what you want to do? Yeah, man, I just can't work for nobody, man. I'm doing all this hard work, bro. You're gonna work harder for yourself. And it's gonna be a level of uncertainty there. So you're gonna trade stability for uncertainty. Because you tired? And I get challenged for that. But when I when I call people out for it, it forces them to think critically. It forces their critical thinking skills. I'm not being mean. I'm just being realistic. When I push back, it compels a person to rethink and adjust their approach, which ultimately is essential for long-term growth. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. A lot of people don't have critical thinking skills. We see that. Everything that I do is a reason behind it. I want you to think critically. I want you to enhance your critical thinking skills. Without critical thinking skills, how do you expect to be successful? Your critical thinking skills should be really, really sharp in business. Why? Because you're going to be thinking critically every single day. Like the word scale is thrown at me umpteen times a day from people who are looking to me for information. And the more you scale, the more critical you're going to have to think, because you're going to have shit thrown at you all day, every day. The shit never slows down. The more people you have, the more trucks you have, the more equipment that you're responsible for, the more critical thinking you're going to have to do. And we see people that don't have critical thinking at the inception of their entry into this industry. The very beginning. I challenge you and I challenge your critical thinking. That's what my approach does. That's why when you see me up here and people be up here, they have that look on their face, that blank look. That's their critical thinking starting to finally kick in. Which should have already been kicked in prior to them getting into the business. It's it boggles, like it's a mind boggling to me, like how like so many people coming. For one, it's mind boggling to me that we got to talk about this shit. This is a mind boggle for me. Like, why do I have to talk about this shit? This is crazy to me. Why do I have to tell people to educate themselves? That's crazy to me. Shit don't make no sense to me. I think people should already know this shit. You want to start a business, don't you think it's in your best interest to constantly consume information so that you can be better? So that you can win? Success in trucking, box trucking, any business, it requires discipline, resilience, and thick skin. Thick skin. Thick skin. Like, man, so much shit. I didn't have to endure so much shit. Ain't no time to sit around and mope and complain and feel a certain type of way. You just got to keep moving. It just is what it is in anything you do. I love when shit happen. It just encourages me to turn up even more. I'm the type of person you should be like that too. When you faced with challenges, that should give you the motivation to turn up more. I'm the type of person whether it be situations that happen or even individuals, wait till you really get successful and really start teeing up out here. And you're gonna see like the hate come, and that should encourage you to turn up more too. If you a person who is just soft and shit like that, man, you ain't gonna get far. My delivery, it reflects the harsh reality of this industry. Cutthroat competition, fluctuating rates, and the relentless need for self-improvement. You should always want to be improving. It's cutthroat. Listen, in my tenure, I was one of the people that was ripping your head off. I'm telling you this. My employees have told you. I mean, people come up and told y'all this. Like, I'm trying to take I'm trying to not listen. Remember the lady that was in the comment when I said that shit? Well, Mark, what about my son? You would do my son like that? I told her ass absolutely. She said she was unscribing. I don't give a fuck. If I was in there with your kid, I wouldn't care. Listen, I'm in here to win. He's in the way. He got to get gone. I got to get him up out the way. If he's in my way, I got to get him up out the way. If he's ignorant and he's screwing up and we're covering his route because he's doing dumb shit or he can't get his truck fixed and I got the resources, man, and I know how to talk and finesse my way out. That shit, man, this my shit, man. Just put him on one of these routes going way out to Grays Lake somewhere. I don't want to send my trucks out there no more. That shit, no. Let me get this shit. Why does he even have it? He ain't even here. He can't keep his truck up. Not only I'm covering my routes, but I'm doing recovery from your other independent contractors who can't get their shit together. Man, I need this. You know what? You're right, Mark. This your route now. We'll deal with him when he get his shit together. Send his ass way out there. You absolutely right. Why? Because, man, once I know this shit don't last forever. I need to get as much as I can get when it's there. Because I don't know what tomorrow holds. I don't know what next year holds. I don't know what 5 years down the line holds. If I didn't do what I was supposed to do from 2010 to 2020 when 2020 hit and shit changed up, man, my outcome wouldn't have been the same. But by the grace of God, everything that I'm telling you, I did. When the opportunity presents itself, you got to take advantage of the opportunity. Competition is cutthroat. Everybody looking to win. I say, oh, ain't no such thing as cheap freight. Look how many people got their panties in a bunch. All these fucking retards in these Facebook groups, and even your content creators want to create content and all this goofy shit. Listen, ain't no such thing. You know why? Because it ain't. It is what it is. Take it or leave it. If you can afford to take it, take it. If you can't, don't. You want to sit around and complain. When I did that whole month or 2 month run on that shit, look how many people got upset. The more people got upset, the more subscribers. Because they wanted to hear what I was going to say next. But could nobody articulate why? And still can't. Big fish eat little fish. It's been like that forever. Today's price ain't yesterday's price, and yesterday's price ain't today's pricing. What's affordable for you may not be affordable for the next person, and what's not affordable for them may be affordable for you. So on and so forth. So market is what you got into, deal with it. You should have known this shit when you was coming in. It's gonna fluctuate. This is why I say understand your costs, come in with a low cost of entry. Try to always figure out ways to lower your costs. Whatever you need to do constantly. Why? Because operational costs are going to continue to go up. And what we see is market rates, even dedicated rates in final mile have been the same. I showed you rates when I did my montage, rates that I was negotiating in 2013 that are the same rates that you run in final mile for today. You running Bob's for $650. I'm doing IKEA in 2013 for $600. What's the difference? So you mean to tell me in 11 years there's only a $50 difference? Don't you think the cost of living and the cost of operation have scaled up a lot more than what you would think you'd get a $50 bump on a final mile route? Of course it has. Why are rates similar? Competition. And I say this, I prove it. People challenge, but they can't articulate it. I can articulate why, and I have over and over again, but can't nobody. So when I say shit like that, it forces you to think. Why are you saying this dumb shit? Because it is dumb. It's the dumbest shit you could say. As a business person, oh man, they're doing complaining. Like nobody want to hear that shit. You sound like a little bitty ass baby. Come here, taking cheap freight. Man, the rates and man, that's what you signed up for. Then I give you the analogies of other industries. The same shit happens. It's business. It's free market. It's free enterprise. Get in the game. You call it a game. Get in the game or get out the way. The big fish gonna eat the little fish. So yeah, I do it on purpose. I want you to get mad. I want your favorite content creators to get mad. And I'm gonna continue to drop the link and prove to you that ain't nobody bold enough or can articulate themselves where they can oppose it head on. I want you to get upset. The person who gets upset because I tell you that shit is just an ignorant person. You pulling loads off a fucking market, and anybody that's got some type of common sense knows that competition drives down rates. But still you want to complain. So I'm going to keep doing it. And you're going to keep watching and complaining. And then one day, once you continue to lose or you continue to see your business not growing, you're going to be like so many other people. Man, Mark, I didn't like you at first, but man, I gave you a chance and I realized and I see what you're talking about now. I'm not going to waver what I'm saying. I ain't wavered my shit since I've been creating content. I see other people doing different, done jumped into different lanes. I'm still saying the same shit I've been saying since day one. I told you everything that was going to happen. Everything that I told you has all come into fruition. Everything. I've even told people that's done come up on my platform, you going to fail. And then they came back and said, man, Mark, you right. Everything you said was going to happen, happened. I didn't listen to you. I told them exactly what they was doing that was wrong, and I told them how they was going to fail. I told people, oh, yeah, I'll give you 3 months. Oh, yeah, you're going to be done before Thanksgiving. I told a shorty recently, I said, I'll give you 2 more weeks. In 2 more weeks, he was done. He came back in the Discord and DM Transportation Boys and asked him, could he come work for him? I gave him 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, he was done. Because he didn't want to listen. Man, Mark, why you tell him that? Because it's the truth. You don't got enough money. You robbing Peter to pay Paul already. What's $2,000 going to get him, bro? It's going to give him 2 weeks. Akuma said they got big mad about Amazon. Listen, what's known don't need to be explained. That's why I ain't said shit. The people who've been around following the content know. It's a few people. And this is why I don't go looking for, I just respond. Everything I said about that shit, look, even Big Vic did a video trashing Amazon the other day, I heard. I ain't watched it, I just heard. But I said this shit. Why? Because the evidence was there. I use my critical thinking skills. I use common sense. I understand how business works. I'm a shareholder. I listen to the fucking earnings calls. Go fucking listen to the earnings calls and they'll tell you they fucking plan. You think I'm just pulling this shit out my ass? I do the research. I listen. I'm telling you what's going to happen because they're telling me what's going to happen on the goddamn call. I just didn't tell people then because I'm not going to give all my tricks away. I can tell you now because now the ball is in motion and it's 50% done. So now you got people scrambling. It is what it is. I've stood 10 toes tall on everything I said since day one, even in the midst of adversity. I said moving money was different. And people see that it's different. I tell people to build up their final mile. People, you got people that's in my Discord that like J. Kobe that is a living testament and say, man, he followed everything that I said. He running 5 or 6 trucks now. And final mile, build up your final mile fleet, start a moving company, do the hard work. You'll make a lot of money, and then in maybe a decade or a little over a decade, you'll have enough money, enough investments to do what you want to do. Everything I said since the beginning holds true, whether you like it or you don't like it. I ain't backpedaled shit. The industry is tough. This is a tough ass industry. Now, I never did OTR. You know, moving and final mile delivery that's some hard ass work. And a lot of people don't want to do that shit. But even that's tough. If you can't handle constructive criticism from me, how you gonna handle rejection from shippers, brokers, 3PLs, customers, and just the stress of running a business? You can't even handle constructive criticism from a guy who's giving you all the information that you need for free. That's solid information, and you can't take it. So how you gonna deal with the adversity of running a business? The stress. You got people that's running accounts in the negative. I'm telling you how I walked away from shit. You ain't gonna never listen. I walked away from shit. When it became no longer profitable, time to move on. Can you make that decision? Excuse me. It's a tough decision you got to make. Walking away from something when it becomes no longer profitable, or when the company shifts its direction, or when the company gets acquired and the new company says, yo, we not giving you a guarantee. We don't care what this company was giving you. We own the contract now. We acquired that company. This is the way we doing things. What do you want to do? And while you at it, we need you to add another $3 million umbrella on top of it. You know what? Then I guess we done here. I'm about to figure something else for these trucks to do. You got some people we see that's just holding on to shit just so that they can say they got some shit going on because they're too lazy. They're not motivated enough to seek out new opportunities. Now, my delivery is harsh, but it works. Like the good thing about me being on YouTube now 2.5 years, a lot of the adversity that I dealt with at the beginning when I was starting with people that was already in the space, they didn't know me. They didn't know what my level of tenure was. I get it. They didn't know if I was really who I said I was. And yeah, I wasn't showing trucks and I was exiting at that time where everybody was showing their journey. I don't have a journey to show you because during my journey, this space didn't even really even exist. And even if it did exist, I wouldn't have did it no way because when I was in the grit and grind, I was entrenched in that shit. It wouldn't have been no time. Now that I have time and it exists and I found this community in this space and it was actually introduced to me from two of my friends and they said, man, you should get on here and help some of these young people out. After some convincing, because it took some convincing, right? I decided to do it. And I was met with a lot of challenges at the beginning. The people who've been watching for some years, y'all remember some of them battles. But now, 2.5 years on here, people see the results. The delivery, it works. My information, it works. You see the testimonials, you see the people coming back, giving me it was 2 people that came back last night. Had to come back and say, man, I did everything you said, man. It worked. Even when people challenge it, which to me is crazy. I think when people challenge my shit that are peers in space, they just don't like me. And that's fine with that. I don't want you to like me. I don't give a fuck. For real. I could give 2 fucks, bro. I'm not here for them. I'm here for the people who want to learn to help kind of prevent them from making some of the mistakes that we see people making. You know, so time and time again, I've seen people who initially resisted my critiques come back and say, you were right. You know, whether it's me helping somebody avoid a costly mistake or guide them to profitability. That's where I get my payment from. That's where I get my rewards from. The results of my approach speak for himself. My platform, it speaks for itself. You see the engagement. I engage with the community. I spend time with the community. I did 2 live streams yesterday. One in the morning, one in the evening. I'm back here in the morning. In between times, you saw me in the Discord. I might have not been saying anything, but my earpieces were in and I was listening. I was in the gym listening. I was in the grocery store listening. I was cooking dinner. I was listening, or I had it on one of the home pods in the crib listening. I'm always engaged. The reason why I can be selfless is because I was selfish for many, many years. The reason why the results speak is because of the experience being in the industry many, many years. Novice aren't the only people that watch this channel. There's tenured people that are in here right now. I think you want the money or not. I think I saw them in here. And there's a few other tenured people that are in here. trust me, not everybody that watches content on YouTube is novice. There are tenured people in here, and trust me, some of these people would have called old Marky Mark out. So, my approach speaks for itself. Uh, my subscribers and the people who take my advice to heart not only survive, but they thrive. They don't just survive, they thrive. The results speak for themselves. Tough love, it builds legacy. My ultimate goal is to help people build some type of legacy, not just moments of success. See, a lot of people during the pandemic, they just had brief moments of success. And then once things corrected themselves, they didn't know what to do. See, they favorite people wasn't even prepared for it, nor could they guide them through it. I was in a Discord last week showing the people in the Discord. I pulled up an old live stream of one of your favorite content creators, and he was telling people to get ready for peak season in 2022. And this is a person who people used to go to for validation. Now everybody comes to me for validation. Man, there's a guy saying ain't gonna be no peak season. And this guy, oh man, don't listen to him. You know, you ever seen a parent not go out and buy their kids toys? Stop listening to these naysayers and da 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 da. Okay. And 3 months later, see, my approach is going to help you build a long term business, not just short term success, not just moments of success. When I'm telling you, yo, this ain't finna pan out the way you think, it's not being pessimistic, it's being honest because business fluctuates. Everything ain't gonna be roses, peaches, and cream, and you ain't gonna have a straight line to the top, up and to the right. That motherfucker gonna go like that and come up and do like that. It's gonna look like a stock chart. That's what your business should look like. Some people shit gonna be like that, and then that motherfucker gonna flatline. Put a fork in them, they done. You don't want to be that person. You want a person that has more wins than you have losses, right? But ultimately, there's going to be bumps in the road. How can a person present content and not talk about the pitfalls? You know why a lot of people can't talk about the pitfalls? Because one, they never did this shit, or they haven't did it long enough to even be faced with adversity like that. Or two, telling you about things that are negative and adverse is going to deter you away from whatever it is that they're looking to really make money from you from, as far as courses, mentorship, this, that, and a third. No one is going to spend money with someone that is telling them things that they want to hear, or good things, but that's also telling them the things. See, me, you don't, even though I'm a content creator in this box truck space, people come up here all the time. Man, Mark, I'm on my job, make $125, make $150,000. And I say, well, stay at your job. Now you would think, well, why would you tell them that you create box truck content? Because that shit don't make no sense. I'm gonna always choose stability over uncertainty. Why would I tell somebody to jump into something uncertain when they're in something that offers more stability? I don't have anything to gain. from that. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, okay, tap in. It's nothing to tap into. But like I said earlier, your favorite one gonna tell you, yeah, finally you want to get out the rat race, no problem. They don't care about your kids or the big risk that you taking or what your risk tolerance is. Have they ever asked you that? No. Harsh delivery don't mean I don't care. Harsh delivery means I care. This is why I say, yo, don't choose uncertainty over stability. You got this going on. You got a kid on the way. You got 2 kids. Yo, I can't. This shit ain't promised, bro. You sound like you got some good and you made good money there. You might want to think this through. I care enough to tell you the truth, whether you like it or you don't like it. And see, like right now, there's no such thing as job security. See, it's always going to be one person with this flawed way of thinking that just takes what I say and just tries to find a way to misconstrue it. When I say stability over uncertainty, it's always going to be somebody that tries to misconstrue it. So, I care enough to tell people the truth, whether you like it or you don't like it. I really don't care, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my content is for people who have thick skin, and it's like my approach serves as a filter for me to weed out just all the soft shit, bro. I just don't got time for it, bro. It's plenty of you people over there that's gonna give you a soft approach. They're gonna laugh with you, they're gonna kick it with you. Nah, business ain't kick it. It ain't kick it. It's serious. It's 100% business, 0% kick it. See, a person that's wanna laugh and ha 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 he. Business ain't no laughing he. That shit 100. It's business. It's 100% business all the time. This industry don't reward complacency. It don't reward ignorance. It don't reward entitlement. You got people that come up on my platform think they entitled, and I tell them, bro, you ain't entitled. You can't be complacent. You can't be ignorant. We just saw a recent, and I didn't want to clip that up, but I'm gonna have to clip it up because that shit was so long. I don't think a lot of people saw it, but you have to see what ignorance gets you in this industry. Ignorance cost. And this industry don't reward ignorance. It rewards grit, knowledge, and perseverance. And I'm not saying you got to be the smartest person in the world. But when it's something that you investing in and you taking a risk, right? You should always try to consume information and educate yourself continuously and never stop. Never stop. Never stop learning. Forget what the naysayers. The naysayers are the people who tell you shit that's not in your best interest, like wing it and you know just hustle and shit. Hustle ain't gonna get you longevity. Hustle to get you so far. You need hustle, but hustle you can't win just along with hustle. And I tell people this all the time. Just having a strong work ethic is not enough. In order to strategize, you have to think. In order to think, you have to have information and knowledge. You have to consume information. Critical thinking. Where do you think critical thinking derives from? You got to be able to outthink and stay sharp. Me, I'm sharp. I have to stay sharp all the time. Always. Even in this. The words that I'm saying right now, I thought about these words 15 seconds ago. What I'm going to say 15 seconds down the line, I'm thinking that shit in my head right now. You got to stay sharp out here, man. This shit, man, listen, it's going to be new suckers made every day. It's going to be new people looking to take advantage. Cool. But in conclusion, my approach is going to be my approach. If you just don't like it, don't watch. You know what I'm saying? It don't make me no never mind. Listen, trust me, it don't make me no never mind. There's no uh there's no reward for, you liking me or like subscribers or anything like that. Like that shit don't mean nothing to me. I want people to watch me that want to win, that don't worry about a message, that could take constructive criticism, that got tough skin and can take this training and this approach, because ultimately it's for their own good, because it's going to develop more character, it's going to make them tougher, and it's going to make them more business people, because the road that most people are going to face lies ahead is going to be a challenging one. The people who really have a long long business longevity, I'm telling you, the stories that they'll be able to tell you that they conquered 15 years down the line or 10 years down the line are going to be stories that they could probably create their own YouTube channel and build a subscriber base. Some of the challenges that they're going to be able to, that they're going to meet, that they'll be able to talk about, and people can consume that information. If they approach those same challenges, they'll know how to avoid them or conquer them. You know, um, and that's it. I'm gonna take 2 questions, and then I'm gone. I'm only taking questions regarding the topic. I don't want to talk about extra questions and shit like that. I just, and that's another thing, bro. Like, I do the call-in show once or twice a week. You want to talk? You can call the call-in show. If you got it, you just not brave enough, then everything that I said earlier in this video, you may be a guilty of it. That's where I'm gonna talk. I'm on a show or two a week. That's it. Or you gotta catch me in the Discord. That's it. So, 2 questions regarding what we talked about today, and then I'm out. Shout out to Danny Wayne. I see you in the building. Moving Company Hustle. What's up? What's up? What's up? Shout out to Harold Pointer. Uh, Shout out to Horseman, representing the crib. Shout out to Alex in the building. These two drivers that's that that's on in the community, or just guys you know, Alex? Said they got big man. Hey man, listen, what's known don't need to be explained. Ooh, boy, I used to have them battles about Amazon a couple years ago. Them was some harsh battles, them Amazon battles. Man, Richard says he might have to walk away after 4 months. Why? What you do or didn't do? No questions. See, that's another thing. People be wanting to ask questions, but then don't want to ask questions. I don't understand this shit. This shit is weird to me. Let me get an opportunity to ask some people questions. Some shit that I'm trying to learn about. Oh, excuse me. What time is it? 1:16. I think I'll go take a nap now. Manny says, I thank God for you, Slim. By examining my situation and seeing through the bull those clowns were selling, the independent trucking was not going to work for me at the financial state I was in. Appreciate you for watching. Do you prefer to do white glove furniture delivery or just a scheduled work without interacting with customers? What do you mean scheduled work without interacting with customers? White glove delivery, scheduled work. If you're talking about going to someone's home, whenever you're going to someone's home, you're gonna have to interact. The only way you're not gonna interact is if you're doing curbside or you're doing some type of dock to dock. But even doing dock to dock, you're gonna have to interact with somebody when you get to the facility. You're gonna have to check in with somebody. Somebody's gonna have to unload your truck. You're gonna have to get some paperwork signed. You're gonna have to interact. So, you know, Amazon, you're gonna interact. OTR, you're gonna interact. Final mile, you're gonna interact. The only way you may not interact is if you're doing like some type of residential curbside. Then you can just drop it and go. But for the most part, you're gonna interact with people. Let me see. Uh, uh, let's see. Any other questions? Anthony, not really taking those types of questions right now. So sorry. But your question, yeah. I mean, listen, work with what you got. You know, you're gonna have people that's gonna tell you, oh, the brokers ain't gonna want to mess with you if you got something too old or you gotta deal with maintenance. Bro, work with what you have, bro. Don't let nobody discourage you. Like these people that say, oh, get this and that, man. These people was poor and probably still is poor. Like, I don't understand why people can tell people what and what not to get. You got to work with what you got. Not everybody, you know. It's crazy that people will tell people what they gotta get or what they can't get and this, that, and the third. Bro, work with what you have. I worked with what I had. And I worked the shit out of it and I worked my way up out of it and continue to work and grow. Not everybody is gonna be able to start with a 26 footer or a cargo van or a high roof cargo van or a extended wheelbase. No. Sometimes you gotta work with what you have and make the best out of that situation. Anybody that tells you something else, I swear for God on everything I love, they ain't got your best interest at heart. You have to work with what you have. Most of these content creators at one point, and probably still is poor. But want to tell people, oh, you got to do this, man. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Work with what you got. Find opportunities with what you have and work that shit. And work that shit and work your way up out of it. Period. Don't put yourself in the trick bag. Man, people come to me telling me, man, I got this because a content creator told me that the brokers weren't going to want to work with me. So now I got to listen to a motherfucker that's fucked up out here that's done leased the truck when they should have bought the truck but didn't buy the truck because they thought they was buying the truck but leased it because they thought the brokers and this, that, and the third. Like people like that don't even have the mental capacity to even really be in the industry at that level. This is why you should work with what you got. Work with what you got so that you can learn at a fraction of the cost and not be held accountable for your mistakes. Or be held accountable on a low cost. There's things that you could do with a low roof van. I got somebody that's in here with a low roof van that's making that shit work. Don't let nobody trick you about your spot. Don't let nobody trick you about your spot. Listen, when shit has got to make sense. Yes. Will it take you longer? Probably so. But bro, I did listen, I made a miracle happen in a Chevy Avalanche. I made miracles happen. For real. Miracles. Not even a full bed. A narrow ass bed. Not even a full bed. I made miracles happen. So, you can do wonders in a cargo van. It don't gotta be an extended length. It don't gotta be high roof. There's opportunities for you. You're gonna have to work. That's it and that's all. I don't know what else to tell you, bro. But stop listening to people that tell you what, you gotta have this and gotta have that. These people gonna have you in the goddamn the homeless shelter line. This is what I'm saying. They're gonna have you in the homeless shelter line. They're gonna have you, and the goddamn the line for the EBT. They're gonna have you out here fucked up in these streets. Start what you got. Find opportunities for the shit that you got and work your way up out of that shit. I'm not finna tell nobody go get no 26-foot truck because the brokers ain't gonna want. Man, no. Start with what you have. Period. If you can't, even if you got the money, some people should start from humble beginnings. Cause you could have the money, but we see people come up with the money and they ain't got the mental capacity. You got the money to get started, but you ain't even got the mental capacity. More reason why you should start from humble beginnings. So that way, you know, that learning curve don't cost you that much, and the cost of ignorance is inexpensive because ignorance costs as well. Ignorance costs. When I got started, I was ignorant. I didn't know a lot of shit. I didn't know how to L a couch up flights of stairs. I didn't know how to rap shit. I know how to do a bunch of shit. But it didn't cost me that much because I didn't come in one at scale. I didn't come in doing jobs that were above my level of expertise. Those types of clients weren't calling me. I was calling people that were calling me were people that knew they was getting a guy with a pickup truck because I was transparent on my Craigslist ads. Person who's calling a guy who's telling them your shit gonna be on the back of a pickup truck, this ain't a person who's calling you with Walter E. Smith furniture. This is a person who's calling you with hand-me-down furniture who really don't care about it. They just trying to get it from point A to point B for cheap. They don't care about if you nick the wall. They don't care about if you scratch the dresser because it's already scratched. So this presented an opportunity for me to learn without being held accountable financially. I was getting the people who call a person who know they shit finna go on the back of a pickup truck. Mark ain't putting his, I'm not putting my shit on back of a pickup truck. But if I had a bunch of hand-me-down shit and I was, you know, trying to make ends meet, but I still had to get shit moved from point A to point B and I didn't have the resources, didn't have the help, I'm looking for the cheapest option. My furniture ain't, creme de la creme. I've been dumpster diving for furniture. This shit hand me down. It's scratched, it's clawed, it's nicked, it's scraped already. I just need it. Don't wrap my shit. Just throw it on the truck and let's go. These are the type of people. They don't care. These are the type of customers you should be dealing with on the new because it presents you an opportunity to learn without being held financially responsible and accountable. But you got people want to come in top dog because their favorite person told them. And they found out shit the hard way. You got people come in top dog and go get a brand new truck because their favorite person told them the brokers weren't going to want to mess with them. But these people ain't going to help you out that trick bag. Who going to help Buddy the other day? Who leasing the truck? I know he in here watching. And you didn't come back in the Discord neither yesterday and let me know what the company said. I know you in here watching, big dog, because you gotta watch. Who gonna help him? The people who sold him the dream and misled him. Ain't nobody gonna come get him up out that jam. Ain't nobody gonna invest into no lawyer for no legal counsel for him to go after that company. Ain't nobody gonna help Shorty. Nobody gonna financially help him. See, they gonna milk you, suck you dry, mislead you with information, wrong information, and then when you get in the trick bag, ain't nobody gonna come save you. Who gonna come save Shorty from the other day? This is why I tell people, yo, do what's in the best interest for you. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody. The most I'm gonna do is tell you where you fucked up at, hold your ass accountable, and if you can be saved, I'm gonna give you the direction on what you need to do. And if you can't, I'm gonna tell you like I always tell you, man, take the truck back. It's a wrap. That you gonna get people get mad at me, man. He told him to take the truck back. I told a lady that in the Discord. She started crying. Why would you tell me that? Man, I swear for God, and the people that was in the Discord, I swear for God, I told her, man, give up. Take the truck back. You done. The hell is I told her. I don't care, man, woman, child. I'm keeping it a buck with you. I told her ass, take the truck back. It's a wrap. You're unsavable at this point. It's too late. You waited too long to come to Big Mark. if you'd have came to me 2 months ago, I would have told you what to do. One, you over leverage. Why you keep buying all these trucks and you don't know how to run one? One, more trucks doesn't equal profit. All you're doing is just putting yourself deeper into the hole. Yeah, I realize that now. Well, yeah, I would have stopped you from doing this shit 3 months ago. You would still only have one truck instead of 4, and you don't even know how to run one, but now you got 4 that you still don't know how to run. With no working capital no more because you've drained yourself from watching these fucking retards online telling you, oh, get a 26-foot truck and follow the 5 simple steps. They always come find me. But if it's too late, it's too late. I'm not finna sit up here and sell, hope, because faith without works is dead. And if you don't got the capital to put behind the work, then shit, ain't nothing you can do. I'm not finna sit here and hope with your ass, because we know hope ain't gonna get you nowhere. Because the Bible say faith without works is dead. Now this is the Bible. Hope ain't gonna get it alone. You gonna need some work, some hustle, which is the work, and you gonna need some capital. That money ain't just finna appear because you hoping. That success ain't gonna appear because you hoping. That's where the hustle come in at, and you need capital to get behind that shit. I'm not finna sit here and role play with your ass. What the hell? I'm out.